Hi there, I love tuning into X-Adventure, and I invite you to join the Twitch channel as well. Dustin plans to build a very detailed LEGO Back to the Future DeLorean with just a few more subscribers to go. Link is in the description. Now this is my favorite Halo 2 mod of all time. It's called Halo 2 Vanilla with sprinkles. Just like sprinkles, there's a lot of little awesome details in this mod.
I need a weapon. Right this way.
The Mike Alpha 5 Bravo assault rifle from Halo Combat Evolved is in this mod. It sways like a Dean Martin song. It has that smooth motion just like in Halo Combat Evolved, as if it never left Halo 2. Take a look in slow motion. The Chief pulls the charging handle back and seamlessly locks it into place in its notch, before forcing it in a slight downward motion to release the charging handle once a new magazine is inserted. Nice.
Other way.
But this mod is more than importing old greats into Halo 2. It's not just about the weapons. There are more allies and enemies mixed into the fight, and you'll see in this video larger battles that make sense, especially in New Mombasa and at Delta Halo. There is greater flow and tenacity with more non-playable characters on screen for the much improved hardware of today. Also, there's more blood. Hooray! Look at this Unicy military police uniform, all blue. They normally wield magnums, but I gave him the assault rifle to enjoy. It makes perfect sense there would be security forces on board to defend a ship. Now let's take a look at this jerk-off. He's wielding a plasma turret, but taking him out will allow you to wield it. This weapon? It's perfect for suppressing enemies. Give it to your allies and allow them to get some rounds in with it. And since this mod is intended to be played on heroic or legendary, you'll find tight levels like these in Halo 2 is naturally all about getting the angle on your opponents. This wieldable plasma turret mixes up these engagements very well with more suppressive fire than in retail. It'll also help you get through those pucker factor moments.
Hold on, countdown.
Immediate. Grid Kilo 23 is hot. Recommend mission abort. Roger, Recon.
Marines that scramble to don their uniforms might be rocking similar uniforms found in Halo Combat Evolved. Some even have the tactical eyepiece as well. You'll see that in this video. I guarantee you that if you fully watch this video a few times, you'll find a new detail you didn't notice before. Let's cover this Jackal helmet real quick. I think the Jackal helmets in Halo CE are so cool. It's neat to see some Jackal permutations have them in this mod. Not only do your allies have various detailed armor that molds into Halo 2's specific art style, so do your enemies. The brutes, for example, which are introduced in combat much earlier in this mod, while the captains are decked out with more elaborate armor.
We can defend this area.
Hey, that was him,
Take good
not
care
me.
of her.
Let him have it.
Don't stop!
Hey, look out.
While we're on the topic of armor, the curlback or shellback grunts appear in this mod. Interestingly, this curlback typically denotes that the grunts are being led by brutes. Not all grunts have the curlback armor, but when you see the curlbacks, watch out for the brutes since they can commit to that Halo 2 brute charge.
Hancock, don't be shy. I said Hancock, like a signature.
I'm not a stickler for crosshair positioning, but I'm showing you, in this mod, you can enjoy centered or lowered with an imported weapon such as the assault rifle, and it'll look just fine with whatever you prefer.
Our pilots didn't make it.
Find a hole. Need an escort that isn't afraid of a little hostile ground fire.
This is where you're introduced to the militia. They have teamed up with the UNSC forces, wielding mostly surplus assault rifles. Humans coming together to fight the common enemy.
Stick together, okay?
Fire in the hole!
The militia is not shy to using plasma grenades, and since they are not as fully armored as UNSC forces, their survivability is lower. However, they do have regenerating health. The more aggressive you play, the more militia members will make it through alive. Some allies are placed in elevated positions. That's pretty cool.
Tell me if you see anything.
Following your lead, sir.
You can see the various allies you can accumulate in this level. I'll go ahead and slow it down here. Not only are there some militia members, there's also a Mombasa police officer. This truly feels like anybody with access to a firearm is joining the fight. This feels like a vicious fight mixed with desperation for survival between humans and Covenant. Some humans using Covenant weapons, and some brutes and jackals scavenging human weapons, regardless of what the Covenant consider as honorable.
Yeah, bust them up. Chief, glad you could make it.
These are desperate times, and this mod exemplifies that. The Covenant arrived here at Earth by mistake, not knowing humans were here to correct them. Now on the left is one of the Mombasa police officers. Given how prevalent the NMPD is in Halo 3 ODST, it makes sense we would see armed police. Keep in mind, this level is moments before the ODST campaign takes place.
I'll see if I can flush it out. Lost track of it!
Let's get some ODSTs into the mix. Oh my, a classic Halo 2 Golden Warthog, with some additions. My 13-year-old self would have lost it. I can't tell you how much I wanted to drive this Warthog from the billboard in Headlong. Sure, Halo 2 Anniversary has a Golden Warthog, but in classic Halo 2, the rumor of unlocking the Golden Warthog in Headlong was so convincing. It's just one of those, if you know, you know. Along the beach, the Covenant artillery cannons actually work, and there are Covenant defending it. Whereas in retail, it's just a static hunk of purple on the ground.
Taken care of. Nah, this never gets old, mate.
This Golden Warthog scene here has 2 machine gun turrets attached, thanks to the militia. But there is another Golden Warthog variation without the turrets.
Move back! No one takes sweet!
The Mongoose has been imported, and I've seen it disrupt ghosts and flip them over. However, the Mongoose is not the only old friend we get to visit on the beach.
Hey, you fellas better keep up!
The 2003 E3 version of the battle rifle is in this mod. It's responsive to a quick trigger finger. Here's some more Mombasa police officers, 2 different permutations here. And the Shadow, you can actually operate. I know we all want to use the Shadow in Halo 2. Well, you can in this mod, and your ally has a nice, smooth animation as they get into the turret. Buckle up for some road rage.
Hi there. Good to have you with me, sir. Enemy down.
You can drive civilian vehicles in this mod. Awesome. They're more nimble than a Warthog with a sharper turning radius, but with the thinner tires touching less surface area, you'll notice the grip and handling is more sparse. You'll also notice the size difference and how large the Spectres really are when you're not in a Warthog. I'm happy to see the Spectre being utilized more in this mod than in retail. This location seems like the perfect spot to introduce them, but you just go up against some ghosts and race with some banshees at the end of the bridge in retail, and we've already been accustomed to those from Halo Combat Evolved. But in any case, I reverted to the last checkpoint because I do like taking the tank. You'll come across Brute Stalkers here, a neat addition to the Brutes that spices up this section of the level a little bit more. There are some Spec Ops elites here too.
God! Right like a son!
Nolan, the mod creator, gave this section of the level some balls. There is significantly more enemies and allies, and is so much more involved. I'll go ahead and let this play out.
There are a number of Marines trapped in that building. Concentrate on the raids, they're the biggest threat.
We're in trouble! Gone now.
Over the top, guys! Screwed it in from the pocket, you beauty!
In the level The Arbiter, to include the Oracle, infiltrating the Forerunner gas mine with your Covenant forces feels more engaging as Jackals will accompany you with Covenant carbines. Between the amount of grunts, Jackals, elites, and even the Brutes that arrive a short time later in this level, each ally seems to play a role. The Heretics, on the other hand, are a more distinct haphazard faction in this mod. These Heretic Jackals have really neat distinguished detail in their armor. Even the filters are a nice touch. Joe Staten's Hunter Heretic idea has come to fruition in this mod. However, one of the reasons why I say that the Heretics seem more haphazard is because of the integration philosophy Heretics have for their hunters. Heretic hunters are typically solo, not with their hunter partner like in the Covenant, and instead of wielding a cannon, they may wield a plasma rifle or a needler. The Hunter Heretics can also get stun-locked easily. This is for gameplay balancing purposes, but illustrates the point that Heretics are not on the same level as the Covenant's conformity, teamwork, and sheer might. Some of the Jackal's dialogue is in English, and it's hilarious.
What? Up there!
This Halo Reach grunt armor looks fantastic in classic Halo 2 art style. And the Flood Juggernaut makes its appearance in this mod. It is downright terrifying. With the increased AI, pursuing the heretic leader and evading the Flood with a variety of heretics makes this a much more intense level. Landing on Delta Halo, you'll wield the suppressed SMG. Your ODSTs have had their health increased. They can dual wield SMGs and magnums. ODSTs can also board enemy-occupied vehicles. Apparently, when Nolan was diving into the ODSTs in the Halo 2 editing kit, the ODSTs are just cosmetically altered Marines. This shouldn't be the case, so the ODSTs have been made to be much more resilient allies in this mod. And here's that green tactical eyepiece from Halo Combat Evolved I mentioned earlier. When you're on a Halo ring, gotta have it. This level is even better with this many allies. See, even the friendly AIs really enjoy the Spectres too. The Shadow is cool and all, but I gotta take the Scorpion tank. In Bungie's behind-the-scenes video of making Halo 2, the senior animator at the time, Nathan Walpole, tasked himself with referencing tactical movement by experienced personnel. He stated the communication between the two guys was what stood out to him. Now, I'm not saying the AI is absolutely perfect, but given the increased amount of friendlies in this mod, the tactical movement in the Halo 2 sandbox is more apparent, as they react to one another and bound between pieces of cover. And when the AI cannot progress for the time being, they become very comical.
Such bad intel about his enemy's homeworld.
Cortana, you take dictation? Dear Mary, I miss you so much. Stop. We'll be home soon. Stop. How was the dog? Stop. Have you learned to cook yet? Stop. Love, Sergeant. P.S. I've met someone. We'll be home soon for divorce. Bye-bye. P.S. Do you think I could take the dog? Maybe not. Think about it. Right back. Got that, Cortana?
We got company!
Incoming! All right, then.
Building full of
Grenade, move! He felt that.
As we close in on a Prophet, you'll go against Honor Grunts. The Grunts are moving up in the Covenant. Going back to playing as the Arbiter, it's a visceral experience when you fight the Flood, Sentinels, and humans. The UNSC weapons can really catch you off guard, since you can't see the projectiles easily, or at all, as you can with plasma weapons. Not that it should be any different from multiplayer when you get shot at by UNSC weapons, but it's because you're in a campaign level, and the UNSC forces are more aggressive. It's a unique experience this mod offers with its modified AI. We saw the desperation for survival on Earth as the Chief, and now we see a similar experience as the Arbiter.
For me?
You can give grunts UNSC turrets. Not only can you rescue Marines, but you could also rescue heretics and some jackals inside these holding cells. Yes, that heretic elite is wielding a Covenant carbine inside the holding cell, because he's just that cool. I have a very strong-willed grunt that's taking the turret seat. Also, we can load up a handful of passengers in the shadow. Time to dominate. Jackals can wield the UNSC sniper rifles, but don't worry, they are not accustomed to them in this mod, so their shots are not pinpoint accurate. Now this scenario here is a proper attack on the brutes. This mod covers the entire Halo 2 campaign and is a must-play for longtime Halo 2 fans that want a fresh take on a fantastic campaign that we've played for years. The link to download is in the description.
Coyote.